It's been an exciting week, but finally, I did it. All that coming up. Hi everyone, this is Dyson. My pleasure to be here, and I hope you're having a great time these days. So first, let me show you my inspiration for this one. You see this upcoming movie called The Creator, and honestly I love this VFX shot. You see that? Magnificent. And if you know me, I am so obsessed with the head VFX or face VFX. On my channel you see all this work, and I thought to myself, why not? Let me try this. You see, I usually making my VFX courses only on my Patreon. For that, to follow along for this one, you need to watch them first or have a basic VFX knowledge to get what am I doing on this tutorial here. So for that, if you like this kind of video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content and help us to grow. Let's begin. Okay, let's begin. As you can see, I have this footage. I shot that with my iPhone using 4K resolution, and I export that as a image sequence. You see that? And of course, I create my 3D head using Keen tools, and I track that with the face tracker. Easy. And I export that as an alembic to Cinema 4D, and I use this awesome asset. I paint that with the Substance Painter. And by the way, this is available on my Patreon, and I made this one with the head using VDB technique. By the way, easy. And of course, I have this basic light with the single HDRI, and I rendered that. Okay, I highly recommend before you carry on, have a test render of your basic lighting and tracking. Check these before you carry on. And yeah, as you can see, I have this result. Okay, this is the alpha. As you can see, we have a couple of this AOV. Let me fix the alpha because Arnold create new AOV called alpha extra. Let's see. You can see I have the alpha, and this is the basic result. And now we have this edge AOV. Of course, I mentioned that in this video, of course. And yeah, let me multiply this edge alpha with the current alpha. Let me show you. This will be alpha, and this is of course edge, and the result will be alpha. And let's see. Okay, I guess this one. And let's grade the edge AOV. Let me select the edge here. Cool. And yeah, you can see. Okay, we need this part of the render on our plate or our footage. You see that? That's basically it. And of course, let's grade the basic and see what I get here. Okay, let's, I guess, yeah, that's cool. And let's have a pre-mold, and voila, that's awesome. You see, that's the basic compositing. Just I want to check the light and the tracking data. You see, I didn't have any material on the model. Of course, this part of the neck, I will delete it in the refine section. And yeah, of course, the motion blur, I guess it's not right. You see, it's not match in here. Okay, I will reduce that. And yeah, this is the basic compositing and render. Okay, let's refine. First, motion blur. Let's reduce that. Okay, maybe this one. Yeah, not bad. And let's refine the VDB model. I have this reference frame, and always I'm working on this one, and you can see I'm using this VDB. Honestly, this is the awesome approach to the modeling, in my opinion. And yeah, maybe this one, let me quickly adjust this. Okay, and maybe this. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. And yeah, okay, I don't need this one. Okay, I guess in here we have some issue, and yeah, this is our model, you can see. And let's make it single object, and let's hide this backup. Of course, let's project the frontal, you see, and let's delete the previous UV, and we have this material, of course. And let's have vertex map again, sorry, vertex color, and let's paint this edge AOV. You see all that mentioned on this tutorial with detail. I am doing the basic stuff here. Okay, I hold the shift and smooth the edges here, and yeah, and let's assign that to this vertex map, to this AOV right RGB. And that's the basic of the refining, I guess. And of course I want AOV. Let me show you here first. This is my edge, and of course I want this material on the model, you can see that. Of course this is for the cable or wire, and I need AOV for this robotic head. Let me show you. And this is our AOV. I will use it on the compositing. And of course I need this face. Okay, let's rename this tag. Let's rename it, for instance, face. Cool. And let me show you this setting here. Okay, that's cool. Let's hit the render and let's see what happens. Okay, this is the result of this test render and with the refining, and I load that on the compositing. You see, it's cool, but now let's have some cleanup. For instance, this hoodie here. Okay, let's begin. Let's have a roto with all pressed, and let's maybe create this shape here. Cool. Let's do basic rotoscoping, and we have the alpha. Let's pre-mold. Okay, we have this one, and let's have a merge after this, and let's merge that on top of our result. You see, that's big before and after. Okay, that's awesome. Of course, now we're gonna animate that. Of course, this is called rotoscoping, and it will take a time, as you can see, and you need to pay attention to the details here. And yeah, as you can see, that's the basic result, and this is awesome. Okay, I guess this is cool for now. It's worth to mention, if you have a shape, have a movement and lot of motion blur, you see, let me show you here. Maybe, for instance, this one, you see that we have motion blur. Of course, in roto node we have this option, motion blur. You see that? Always use that. It will take the rotoscoping to the next level. Trust me, that will help a lot in these results. You see, that's without, and that's with the motion blur. It's awesome and cool. Okay, now as you can see, I don't want this part of the head and the ears, as you can see, and I want clean plate first. For that, let's create retime node, and I will use this part of the clip. I take that without the subject or the actor, and yeah, I will use this frame, okay, to this one, and let's have a bounce instead of hold, and we have this loopable clip. You see that? I will use that. This is a cool technique. And yeah, now let's have a merge, and let's merge these guys together and let's see what's happening. You see, it's not so much happening here. So for that we need a mask. You see, let's have a scanline renderer on our tracking scene here. You see, we have this head, and of course, let me arrange that. This is so messy here. And let's have this alpha, as you can see, and I want to use this alpha as the mask. Let me show you. And of course, let's change that to out. Cool. And you see, we need this kind of effect. You see that? And we're gonna make that perfect or better. Okay, this is the main mask for us, and of course we need the face back. That's why I have this face AOV, and let me bring it here, and I want to merge the face AOV with this scanline renderer, the head, and let's have a merge here. Okay, this one and with this one, yeah, in this one we have the face AOV, and of course we're gonna do the alpha with the face, and the output will be the alpha, and of course let's minus that. Okay, and let's have a transform to make it better. The face, it's a bit smaller, you see. Okay, now let's have this one. Silly of me, not this one, this merge. Okay, you see, we are getting there. Okay, it's not bad. And yeah, this is the basic stuff, and we're gonna refine that. Of course, let's have a transform node here, for example, and let's make it, yeah, here. And for the edge, the rough edge, of course we're gonna use blur node to blur the alpha, and voila, you see. That's magical. Okay, it's not bad. We're gonna refine that later on, but this is the basic idea for the have a clean plate. Oops, what is that? Okay, and yeah, we have this one so far, and we're gonna adjust these two masks here, and yeah, you see, this is so important. And maybe we're gonna animate this face AOV. See that? And yeah, let's animate that. For instance, in here it's messed up, and yeah, this is kind of rotoscoping but with a transform node. Okay, as you can see, this clean plate that we created here have a color correction issue. Let's grade that with G, and let's have a multiply. Yeah, you see that? That's awesome. This is a small detail, you should pay attention to it. Okay, and yeah, it's lovely. It's not bad for now, and we're gonna refine the animation and this two mask here. Okay, this is cool challenge for the cleanup. As you can see, this hoodie, let me show you. As you can see, this hoodie is vanished. That's because this node here it's have a clean plate on it, and we're gonna create something fake hoodie. For instance, let's have a roto node here, and let me show you what I mean by that. And let's have this rough shape for now. Okay, let's close that. Where the last point? Okay, this is the last point. Okay, and of course we're gonna animate that, and we have the alpha, and let me change it to that to not interfere with this alpha here. And let's have a pre-molt, you see that, and we're gonna merge this on top of this node. Let me show you. You see the hoodie is back. That's cool, but you see that, but we have this neck here. You see, we're gonna deal with that because this is placed by the robot head. Okay, let's grade that and make it, for instance, darker. We are simulating the hoodie, you see that? Yeah, we're gonna make it better later on, but this is the basic idea behind it. And of course we're gonna animate that. This is kind of rotoscoping, and yeah. Okay, polishing. This is my favorite section. You see that? I create this hoodie proxy geometry to have the light colliding with the head and this robotic model here. And you see that? It's so important, and we're gonna check this mate option to not interfere with the alpha channel. And let me show you in the compositing. Let's have a render, and let me show you the difference in the compositing. Okay, let's go to the compositing, and you see this is this without this mate option or this proxy hoodie, and this with the proxy hoodie. You see that in this section? It's so important. Cool. Okay, another polishing technique. As you can see, this section here, we have this beard and these hairs, and this cutup is not natural. That's why I create this two hair object to have this beard and the hair back. Let me show you. And I match the hair color and the hair specular, as you can see, and of course the hair shape too. You see, that's without and with the hair, and that's awesome. And I rendered that. Of course, let me show you in the compositing what's happening. And you see, this is without the hair and this is with the hair. You see, that's better. Let me show you here. See that? And this is not the final render. That's why we have these noises, but you see that? That's without, and this is with the hair. That's so awesome. Okay, polishing again. Of course, you see our footage is not perfect and not sharp enough, and it's have a blurry value, and we're gonna blur our CGI result too. You see, this slightly blur. It's so important to match these two elements. You see that? It's subtle, but it's needed. Yeah, cool. You see that? Of course, for more polishing technique, you can see this video on my Patreon. I mentioned a lot of polishing technique, of course, and one of them, this grain node here. We're gonna match the grain value with the actual footage. Do not forget, any footage have a grain. And finally, the grading. Okay, let's grade this CGI element. Let's match it with the footage. Of course, let's have this robotic head. You see, I'm gonna match that with the scene, the gamma of course, and this is the basic. And let's go here, for instance this edge, as you can see we have slightly, of course, sorry, this beard, it's not total black, and let's make it black here, and with this gamma you see it's better. And yeah, and of course in this edge section we need to match the color skin too. You see that I will use the face AOV for that. Okay, I wanna affect this area, only this one. And yeah, see, you need to match it with the pixel perfection or thin line. And let me show you here. I want to take up the blow and the grain. I want to see the pixel clearly here. And yeah, of course you need to train your eye to see this difference. And yeah, it's not bad. And this is the whole idea behind this work, you see, and this is cool. And let's lay down a toe node to push the black pixel a little bit more, you see that, and that's so important and so handy. And you see that's without this node, and this is with this node, you see that. And yeah, and with that, this is the result of course, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.